Rhetorical Quest.
Hi, my name is Dr. Benjamin Klein. I'm Associate Professor of Speech and Communication at Western New Mexico University, and I am going to be your instructor for this class. And so I'm going to start out by making this little video that'll let you know a little bit about me, and then a little bit about the class. You can respond either. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I'm going to post it in Canvas. So you can respond either in the comments on YouTube or in Canvas, and I might answer, but you don't have to respond. It's not a requirement for the course or anything like that. So let's start right out. This is my car. It's a 1992. I always think it's 91, but it's 92. 1992 Toyota Camry. It has the wonderful advantage of having been paid for over a decade. I'm kind of allergic to debt. I have tons of it because I have student loan debt. My wife has student loan debt, and we've got quite a bit of medical debt because of things that have happened in our lives. But anyway, I would never get a car loan. You know, that's just kind of my way of seeing the world, is that car loans are bad because cars depreciate so fast that you can get upside down really, really easy. And so I generally try and pay cash for cars, which generally means I drive old, ratty cars. This is the door I usually walk into. This is for this says Humanities here. This is Bowden Hall, and this is where my office is. And I had better mask up for when I'm in the hallway here. So, this is my office, 206 Bowden. Now let's go inside. Once I shut the door, I don't mind having my mask off. But I'm gonna wear a mask in the hallway, and if any of you come to my office, I'm gonna wear a mask while you're here. And I would expect you to do the same because it's the rules. If you go around my office, you can see I'm super, super duper into Star Wars stuff. All kinds of stuff and dragon stuff. That's probably one of my real interests. Also very interested in role-playing, fantasy role-playing. Things like the most famous role-playing thing is Dungeons and Dragons. I don't tend to play too much of that, but I play a lot of Pathfinder, and I play a lot of Modern D20, and I play a few others. But it's something I'm really, really into as far as hobbies go. You can see a lot of these books here. Some of them directly relate to communication, but a lot of them are just classics. I'm really into classic literature just as kind of a hobby. Not like, you know, here I am, I'm in the humanities department, which also contains our literature program, our English department, and for them it's not a hobby. So, you know, probably compared to your average person, I'm way into classic literature, but compared to some of them, I'm really not. Also philosophy, really into that. I feel like philosophy, though, and the study of communication have a lot of overlaps. So, I know, I consider that study of communication too. Okay, so let's get to know about me in a few more areas. My wife, Jamie, and my dog, Sophie, and this is my daughter, Jubilee.
She's in the first grade.
In first grade.
And I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I substitute for Head Start.
Yeah, and then there's Sophie, who doesn't really have a job.
No, but she likes to get in the trash.
Yeah.
That's her job, is to be a dog and get in the trap.
Okay.
Why are you holding up my...
We also have a hamster. I don't know. He lives in that cage, but it's morning, so he'll be asleep.
That's Brownie Doe.
Yep, Brownie Doe.
And outside we have Aquinas.
Yeah, we have a cat named Aquinas. If I happen to see him, I'll add to the video when I go outside. Okay, bye. All right, so I'm recording using Zoom now, which is probably how we're going to access this class. We're going to do that for the first 2 weeks for sure for all of you. And then after that, we'll see what happens. I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. But I wanted to continue to tell you a little bit about myself so you know who's teaching the class. Like I said, my name is Benjamin Klein. You saw my wife and my daughter. So those are a big part of my life, and my dog is a big part of my life. I explained that I'm, into Star Wars, into fantasy role playing. I'm an active member of my faith community. I mostly go to Arise Community Church. They changed their name recently, so it's hard for me to remember it. But it's Arise Community Church now. That's where I attend. But if you see me at a different church, it's because sometimes I try out the other ones. Active member of my faith community. I am active in my daughter's education a little more than I had planned this year because school is weird. And that's kind of going to be something that we're going to be talking a lot about, is trying to understand how this is different, because it is really, really different, right? It's different to have our class via Zoom. It's different for me to do this introduction for you via video. It's different to do a lot of the things that we're doing right now. And so because of that difference, we're going to have to make some adjustments. And we're going to talk today about how we're going to make those adjustments. We're going to talk about how the class is going to go. And that's kind of the next part of this video. All right, so let's get really into the course now. We're talking about public speaking at COMM1130 at Western New Mexico University. So in order to talk about that a little better, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to share what am I sharing? I'm sharing our public speaking class shell. I guess that's what it's called. So this is our class shell. It is COMM1130, CRN12832 for some of you. I'm going to just do one video for all the public speaking classes, whether it's 12832 or one of the others. This is a Monday, Wednesday class that I chose. We have Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, and Tuesday, Thursday classes, but the structure overall of the class is the same. In fact, this may be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, as a matter of fact. But I just have the information down for Monday and Wednesday, and that just means we'll go longer. In fact, it is. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock. Your Canvas shell will give the times of your Zoom here. And it's going to be Zoom. For the first 2 weeks, it's going to be Zoom. After that, it will tell you where we meet. Which in this class for 12832 is Light Hall. Different ones have different meeting places. It's either going to be in Light Hall or one of the AV rooms in the Miller Library, one of those two places. So that's where it's going to be. It has my office hours on there. It has my cell phone number on there. I didn't put my office number on there because who cares? It doesn't really matter. But it's got those on there. And it's got a calendar of events. Let's see, what people really worry about is assignments. As far as assignments go, there's going to be a lot of quizzes. Sometimes one and sometimes two every single week, and they will never be on course days. If it's a day that you meet, it's not a day you're going to have a quiz. The idea of these quizzes is it's going to give you some readings they're going to be quizzes over reading, so you'll go to your textbook, which maybe that would have been a good place to start out with, is the textbook. We can go ahead and do that. The textbook is, let's go to assignments. We've got 2 textbooks that we'll be going through. I'll go ahead and do that first before we do the assignments. There's 2 textbooks that we're going through right now. I can guarantee my wife will call if I make a video, if I'm recording. Anyway, 2 textbooks that we're going through right now. Let's go ahead and get the required items up. One is The Essential Guide to Rhetoric. It's a green book. It's taking forever for this thing to work. Okay, it's a green book. It's small. It's super cheap. The other one is a little bit more expensive. It's still not terrible as far as college books go, but it's Inviting Transformation. So there are 2 textbooks, and you need to buy them both, and you're going to have to buy them both as quickly as you possibly can. You need a computer with internet capacity to access and upload speeches, a device that can digitally record speeches. Probably we won't need that, but as long as you can get on to Zoom, we probably won't need to digitally record speeches. I'm hoping not. I shouldn't say probably. Everything has been crazy with this COVID-19 stuff. So, I mean, in some ways, it's like welcome back from spring break, because that's what they told us. We'll do an extra week of spring break, and everything will be fine after that. Now let's go to assignments. They're going to have quizzes, and the quizzes are going to be over the textbooks. So you have to read the textbooks and fill out the quizzes. And like I said, they're never going to be on the days when our assignments are. Because on those days, aren't going to be on the days when we have class, because I expect you to come to the Zoom or to the class having read the text and having passed a quiz over the text and having something to bring to the conversation. If you just come in and you want to sit and be quiet, that's not really going to count as participation, and I'll count you as absent. If you just kind of, I don't hear from you for the whole class, you just sit quietly. But anyway, we are going to have speeches. We are going to have also one little paper. I don't see it on here. Anyway, maybe I think I deleted it. But anyway, we're going to have speeches. Your first speech won't be until September 28th. And the reason we go that long is I want to have you in the class, be able to come to the class. In fact, that's the only time I really, really want you to come to class. Otherwise, just attend via Zoom. It keeps our connections down. You may attend the class after the first 2 weeks. You can come physically to the room that we're in. But I want you to come physically to the room that we're in for the speeches. Only on those speech days. So it's September 28th, and then it's for the rest of the week that week. You come in, and we'll try and get through as many speeches as we can, and then we'll be done. So you have a show and tell speech. That's a speech focused on values. A speech that tells about a value. You can read the assignments there. A policy speech focuses on something you'd like to change in the way that things are done. And a teaching speech where you'll inform us of new things. So October 19th and October 9th. And then after that, we will also be presenting a speech at the symposium. We'll get more into that as it goes on. I don't have it on here. We don't actually know. Right now, the symposium is planned to all be digital, but exactly what form that's going to take, what it'll be will be a speech on public speaking in the era of COVID-19. That's what it's going to be on, and I'm hoping that I can get you to work with various community groups and stuff like that. But if I can't, because we're still, locked away from each other, I won't. So those are the major items for the course. I think this is going to be a really, really wonderful course. If you have any questions, I'm going to put this under announcements, which right now it says there are no announcements. It's not visible to students because there aren't any announcements, but there will be once I post this. I'm going to put this on their announcements and on YouTube, and you can ask me questions if you have anything you want to know about the course. All right, I look forward to seeing all of you soon. So have a pleasant day, and I'll see you right away.